Hi, welcome to the Break Limitation Show. This is Joyce Marendes, your host on today. As you all know, our mission for this show is always to empower, to equip, and to promote individuals who've been able to go through different obstacles in their lives and have now discovered their own superpowers. Today, we have an amazing guest all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Her name is Hannah Githuki. She is an author, she's a business consultant, and she is also a personal branding coach. She has an amazing story and amazing tips on how you can brand yourself. And so make sure you don't miss out. Just stay where you are and we'll be right back.
What limitation are you holding on to? The Breaking Limitations Mindset Journal has 63 daily quotes and scriptures that will help you break every limitation in your life. Get your copy today. Represent your commitment to breaking limitations by visiting breakinglimitationsnow.com to purchase your Breaking Limitations t-shirt, tank top, or hoodie today.
Welcome to the Breaking Limitations Show. If you are just joining us, we have our special guest all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Her name is Hannah Githuki. She's gonna share with us some amazing stories and some amazing things that she is doing in Kenya. And so for those of you who are just joining us, Hannah is a speaker, she's an author and a personal branding coach. She's a highly skilled training consultant and works with individuals and companies in developing programs that suit their needs. Hannah has a bachelor's degree in international business, a master's in business administration, and is currently pursuing her PhD in entrepreneurship. So Hannah, thank you so much for gracing us with your presence. I know it's a different time zone. You guys are 8 hours ahead. So thank you so much for taking the time to be with us here today. How are you?
I am doing very well. Thank you so much for having me.
Yes, it's such an honor to have you here because I know you're always busy, but I'm glad that you are able to, we were able to make this happen and you're here with us. So we are ready to hear from your wisdom because I know you have a lot of experience in the corporate arena and also with these times where things have changed so much for the businesses and in the business world. I just want to hear from you, and I also want our viewers to be able to just learn from you when it comes to personal branding, because I know a lot of people have been, just with all the changes in COVID, things have changed a lot for a lot of businesses. So people are really struggling when it comes to trying to brand themselves and all that. So I'm looking forward to having this discussion with you. So if you could just go ahead and just tell us a little bit about yourself, some of the things that you're doing and working on, we would really like to hear that.
Well, thank you so much. You have said so much about me. I don't know what else to add. Because really, that's all I do. I'm a corporate trainer. I have been a corporate trainer for over 13 years now in business. I'm also an author and a personal branding coach. And I also speak at different business events. Mm-hmm. I'm also a mother of 3. Wow. I am a Toastmaster. I am a Rotarian. Probably that's all you didn't say. But yeah, you did a good job. Thank you so much. You have a beautiful studio. So trust me, I want to be here.
Yes, thank you so much. I know it's just so crazy trying to organize schedules and everything, but I just wanted to, if you could just share with our viewers on today, because in this show, our mission is always to empower, equip, and to promote. And so how would you just equip our people, the viewers who are listening, with just helping them when it comes to branding? What exactly, first of all, is branding?
Branding is, personal branding is the testimony about you and about what you do, about the value that you offer. And so how can I equip people? I really just like to tell people and everybody that you have so much value to offer the world, and you get paid for the value that you bring on the table. But we're not going to know about the value that you can offer if you don't tell us. And so I am an advocate of telling people that, yes, it's good to have a collective responsibility. People love collective responsibility. People love collective credit, taking credit as a group. People love working together, and I love working together with other people. But I always like to say, what contribution are you bringing on the table from your corporate and from your collective thing that you are involved in? For example, if you are working for an organization and you do very well, for example, when it comes to providing solutions, technological solutions, and you are like 1 million people in the company or 1,000 people in the company, I like to ask a person or people, what value are you as an individual bringing to that company? Does that make sense? Yes. For example, even if you're in the university, like the university I went to, the motto was education to take you places. And I like to ask myself, I always asked myself, how about what am I contributing to that motto to make sure that this institution is giving us education to take us places? And so as much as we like to think as a group and to do things as a group, we are individuals. We are gifted differently. We have been skilled differently. We have different abilities. And so there is something that we all can contribute to the world to make it a better place. There's something we can bring, but we wouldn't know what you as an individual can bring if you don't tell us about it. So personal branding is about now you recognizing the value that you are bringing and then talking about it and telling people about it so that now they can pay you for it and they can work with you and with what you have as an individual.
That is so powerful, because a lot of times we go to school and we learn these different professions, or we have gifts and talents, but no one really tells us to package ourselves well so that we can be able to present our gifts and our talents as individuals. And also I like what you said about taking collective credit, because I think a lot of times people get lost in all that, just doing things together, or we perform this as a company, and it causes people not to actually evaluate their specific gift or their specific talent. Because I believe everybody has a gift, everybody has a talent, but we have, it's always in raw form, and we have to take the time to develop it. So I really like what you teach and the value that you bring even to the communities around the country and even around the world, because now everybody can watch you on technology. And so could you just tell us a little bit about your journey? What made you even discover your purpose? Was there a time where you didn't know that you could be a branding coach, or you didn't have the confidence, or you were hesitant? How did you get to this place? Because I know sometimes people look at others and they're like, but she's way over there. How can I ever get to that place?
No, I agree. I totally agree. It's a journey, but it's a very intentional journey. And like for me, I discovered from a very early age that I loved to offer solutions to people. And I think it was all sorts of solutions, but in form of talking to people. Like I am this person who is very easy to talk to. And so I would find people talking to me when they have an issue, even if it's in their marriage, believe it or not. And I would always take time. Yeah, I would always take time to just, help them think in a different way. And so I knew that eventually my profession would be something involving talking to people and helping other people. And so as I went to college and as I graduated, I found myself a lot in meetings where I would be called upon to say something, to lead a project here and there. And then I discovered that there was something called corporate training. And that's when now I started going into different companies and training them on different things, sales and marketing, customer service, professional etiquette, things that I'm really, really passionate about, communication. And so I went on like that. But then I found that while I was in these companies talking about professional etiquette, management, leadership, all these things, there is one thing that always came up in my topics and in my talks. And the thing was, like, I would always say, okay, you are a manager, you are a supervisor in this very big company, but what are you doing about your own growth? What are you contributing to the organization? If somebody was to be promoted, would it be you? Why would they promote you? Why would they promote you and not the other person? Why do you think they're calling this person for this task all the time and sending them out of the country to do this thing all the time and not you? And so I would always talk about that thing of taking individual responsibility. Who gets this? And that's when now the branding thing was born, because then I would talk to people one-on-one about their branding, how to brand themselves. And with that now, I found people calling me branding coach. So branding coach was really born out of the need of people. And I was like, okay, I'm a branding coach. And I started calling myself branding coach because people called me that. And now that's when I started doing the one-on-one coaching. And that's how we are here. That's how we are here.
Wow, that is amazing, amazing, amazing. So we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be right back. Stay where you are.
Represent your commitment to breaking limitations by visiting breakinglimitationsnow.com to purchase your Breaking Limitations t-shirt, tank top, or hoodie today. What limitation are you holding on to? The Breaking Limitations Mindset Journal has 63 daily quotes and scriptures that will help you break every limitation in your life. Get your copy today.
Welcome back to the Breaking Limitations show. If you are just joining us, I am here with a special guest all the way from Nairobi, Kenya. Her name is Hannah Githuki. So Hannah, as we were discussing about personal branding and just being intentional in our own growth so that we can be able to discover our purpose and even be able to grow, what are some of the things you would advise someone who is an introvert? Maybe they're so shy or they're afraid of trying out new things, but they do want to grow. How would you help that person?
I would say you actually don't have a choice right now. And this is because, these are very different times. Mm-hmm. And everybody is doing their communication and their marketing and looking for people online. And so even if you are shy or you feel like you're not good at it, you've got to make an attempt to make your value known to other people. And right now, the easiest way and the most affordable way to do that is social media, and shy away from social media, because that's where you're going to find your community. That's where you're going to find your customers. That's where you're going to find the next investor for your business partners. That's where you're going to find them. And so you cannot, I understand if you're going to say, I am shy, okay, but who's going to do it for you? So if you have money to employ somebody to do that for you, then go ahead and do that. But if you do not, then we will need to see you there talking about your value, talking about what you're about, who you are, because we're going to be looking there. That's the first place we look when we want to find somebody to work with. We will Google, we'll go to social media. And so you cannot afford not to be on social media. You cannot afford not to talk about your product, your service, and what you do.
Yes, that is so important. I try to even talk to my clients and just letting them know you have to reinvent yourself, especially for those people who are not big on social media, or who are not big on just being on LinkedIn and all that. I try to encourage people, you have to have an online presence in this day and time. Otherwise, your business is not going to survive this new season that we are in just everybody, the whole world. So I wanted to also talk a little bit about your book. And thank you so much. I love my copy. Thank you so much. And the book is called Flaunt Your Genius. And I just love that book. It has so many good tips on personal branding and how someone can survive the times. So if you could just go ahead and just share with the audience and let them know a little bit about the book, what even motivated you to write that book, and what are your expectations of the book?
I know. And this book, again, right here, you can see it, was also born. I know it was also born out of need, because like I said, when I started doing the trainings and people would say, oh, come and help me with my personal brand, then I would find now, I mean, again, people saying, okay, where can we find your articles? Please start an online magazine. Oh, we want to learn more about this. Oh, write a book. And I'm thinking, no, I'm not going to write a book. And then, I mean, the need really pushed me to start writing about personal branding. And that's how the book was born 2.5 years later. And oh, I love the book. It's received such good thoughts, and people are talking well about it, and it has a lot of things to learn. And it is, yes, called Flaunt Your Genius, because again, like I said, you have a skill, you have an ability, you're a genius. There's something that is in you. And as a Christian, I believe that you are not put on this earth for nothing or with nothing. God put something in you that he wanted you to share with the world. And that thing that he put in you is the thing that's supposed to feed you and to feed your people, the people around you. And so you are a genius, and you need to recognize that and to know that there's something so special about you. You do have a story to tell that's going to shape somebody else, that's going to add value to somebody else. So recognizing that, yes, you're a genius, but then we don't know. So you know you've got it, and you know what you can give us. We don't know. And that's when now I went ahead to say, flaunt your genius, and flaunt not in an arrogant way. I think I was just looking for a fancy name, but then it worked out so well. But flaunt not in an arrogant way, but really to say that don't put it under the rugs and cover it. If you know you have this value to offer, then let's see it, show it off to the people so that they know where to come and get the help when they need it, the help that you can offer. And so, yes, wrote this book, Flaunt Your Genius. And flaunt is actually an acronym because of the benefits that flaunting your genius gives you, the benefits that branding yourself gives you. Flaunt F for favorable outcomes, because when you brand yourself, then you get things that other people are not getting. Because when people need you, they will find you. When people want someone to do business with, they want someone to promote, they will find you. Why? Because you're talking about it, because you are living your brand, because you're doing what you say you are. And then, so flaunt, and then the L is for lucidity, really. And I mean, just it gives you clarity. When you brand yourself, it gives you clarity on what you're about, what you can't do, what you can do, how well you can contribute, what you need to learn. And then the A and U is for authenticity, because when you get into branding yourself, then you become an authentic person, in that you're telling your own story and you're telling it in your own unique way, so that you don't really care so much about competition. Why? Because it's your story, it's your thing, you're doing it your own way. So you become authentic. Yeah. And then the N, flaunt, the N now is for notes, just to show the benefit of the money that comes with it. Because when you brand yourself, you get paid. I mean, look at the TV hosts, look at the footballers, look at all these people who talk about what they do and they do it. They get paid good money just for them being out there and showing people what they can do. And then the T is for tie-ins. And this is a good one, because when you start talking about yourself and you see, and people will see this on social media, when you start talking about what you do and the value that you provide and the value that you offer, you actually start getting people coming to support you. You start forming a community around you. You start getting a tribe that supports what you do. So they support you. They help your growth. They work with you. They partner with you. And so there's all sorts of benefits that you can get when you brand yourself. We cannot even finish talking about them because they are countless. And so the book is really just about the benefits you get when you brand yourself, and also the steps that you can take to brand yourself. I mean, in the book also, it talks about some of the personal brands that I admire, because we're all different. It talks about that. It also talks about COVID, because I wrote it in the time of COVID. And so it really just dwells deep into how entrepreneurs have coped with their brands during this COVID times. And I'm glad you have the copy. I'm waiting for you to tell me what you think about it.
Oh, that's why you're here, because I love it. Oh my goodness. Yes, that is so awesome, because I think that's that piece. A lot of people are missing that piece, to be able to just brand themselves, to be able to be authentic, especially in this day and time where everybody is trying to copy everybody else, and people are stealing away from themselves, trying to copy someone else and leaving their authenticity. And so I love that section where you talk about being authentic, because that is key. Everybody has a gift, and they have to just be comfortable in that gift and discover that gift, polish that gift, so they can be able to be effective even in this world, in the area of their calling. So I'm really excited just to have you here. Your book is amazing. So I'd love for people to be able to have access to the book, and also to know how they can be able to reach out to you. So go ahead and just give us your social media platforms, and also your website, or however you want people to reach you from around the world.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. And so I run a company called Inside Out Development. And so you can go there to www.insideout-.com, and you will go there and you will find everything that we do. You will find about our programs and the books. On social media, you can reach us at Inside Out Development, and also me as a person, Hannah Githuki, on all social media platforms. You can reach me there. When it comes to the book as well, other parts of the world, you can get it on Amazon. The book is on Amazon, and you can also read your Kindle. And guess what is coming up also? I have an audio version. I'm about to launch that. Well, and oh my goodness, the audio version is just amazing. Like, I listen to it and I'm driving and I'm like, oh my goodness. But yeah, I mean, I haven't watched it yet, but I'm going to get that out in the market very soon. And also, I mean, of course, for people in my country, the book is in the bookstores, and they can talk to me if they want a copy as well. But really, again, thank you for the opportunity.
Wow, thank you so much. Thank you so much for just gracing us with your presence. I know it's nighttime there, and so you took you had to take time out to just make sure you have everything arranged so that you can be here with us on today. Thank you so much. We are really grateful that you are here and you shared all the great tips about personal branding. So audience, make sure you follow her on all her social media platforms. She's always on TV. I'm always seeing her on YouTube, on different shows on TV. So just make sure you are learning, and you are learning how to brand yourself. And most of all, make sure you get a copy of that book. That's a book you want to have in your library. I love the paperback version. I don't really like Kindle, or I like audio version, but I love the paperback where you can highlight and you can repeat and highlight. And so that's exactly how I have my copy highlighted everywhere. But thank you again. Thank you for being here with us, and we are going to be right back.
Represent your commitment to breaking limitations by visiting breakinglimitationsnow.com to purchase your Breaking Limitations t-shirt, tank top, or hoodie today. What limitation are you holding on to? The Breaking Limitations Mindset Journal has 63 daily quotes and scriptures that will help you break every limitation in your life. Get your copy today.
Wow, this was such an amazing show with the personal branding coach, Hannah Githuki. Make sure you're following her on all her social media platforms. And also just take note that branding is so important. That's the way you're able to package yourself properly in order to be effective, in order to be able to grow, in order to be able to make money, which everybody's trying to make right now. And then also just make sure that you continue to follow us even on all our social media platforms. We are going to have these sessions where we'll be able to empower you, to equip you, and to promote you. And we are looking forward to seeing you on the next show. Thank you.